I have to do more videos that show the state I'm in most of the time. Um, it's a conscious effort because it's never when I feel like speaking, but I have to show. Um, and it's, as I said, it's both a good thing and a bad thing that it cheers me up to speak to my phone because I guess it's just like the budgie or canary or whatever in the cage. You know, if it's got a mirror, it'll feel quite happy interacting with itself, thinking it's another budgie. Whereas it'll interact with humans if it doesn't. And yeah, it makes me feel like I'm not so alone and not so helpless. Uh, mm. So I don't have very much to say, but I feel like I really need to just represent this, you know, the problem is humans don't have an idea about, you know, selection biases, and so if they looked at my videos, they would just see someone who's scrappy and, you know, got lots of fight and verve and vim, but I don't. And I'm just so tired of people telling me that I'm strong. I saw a really good little cartoon of two flowers, and one flower like daisies, and one daisy was stuck in a. It was just sort of growing out sideways out of a pile of stones. And the other daisy said, "Oh, you're so strong." And the other one said, "No, I'm not. I'm just doing the best I can in the situation that I'm in." And it's just this stupid biological drive to survive that's got nothing to do with strength. My the drive to survive is just a biological inconvenience, and I just really want to be able to die. You know, people who intend to kill themselves very much consciously, they still often have to, if they want to drown themselves, they still have to sort of weigh themselves down with weights that they can't overcome with their own, you know, their own momentum, because you know, they just, the urge to survive kicks in, and I just wish I could just switch that urge off because it's just putting me through torture. um, so yeah, so police have succeeded in what I assume is their goal. I mean, what I've been saying to police is it's the same thing as what I was saying to Homewood. You know, I realise after a while when I'm telling them what they're doing to me, they don't. It's the wrong thing to do because these are not people who hear what's happening, what they're doing to you, and go, "Oh shit, I didn't realise that was the effect, I better back off." They see them as instructions, and it's like, "Oh, I see, so Caitlin doesn't like knocks on the door, heavy knocks on the door, you know, and it's driving her to suicide, and so now we know what to keep doing." And I told the police they were gonna make me homeless again, and now I'm homeless. And just everyone who comes up with fucking suggestions and platitudes can get fucked. Do you think I'm just sitting here eating worms? No, I'm fucking kicking my survival skills into gear, you fucking morons. I'm not asking for your fucking advice. I've got better fucking advice than you do. Of course, I'm already making plans. Getting so sick of the human nature to just automatically assume when someone's expressing something they're going through that they have to like solve a problem, like the person's too fucking stupid to take any fucking actions of their own. Of course I'm taking action because I've got a fucking inconvenient survival, urge. Of course I'm doing things already. I know literally more than any fucking social worker knows about where to go to ask for help, and I know more than any social worker does that most of those agencies do not do what they say they will do. So social workers are no use to me. It has to be a very specialist social worker who's very committed and very well trained and very well educated. And social workers, giving cold referrals to people who are really, really badly traumatised is a horrible thing to do. The last thing a person who's already overwhelmed is need a flurry of phone calls from fucking referred agencies who have been given half the story, haven't had the important stuff, are impatient with the person because they can't communicate properly. Like, when you're already overloaded and that's part of your trauma, you don't want to be receiving a flurry of calls from unknown numbers who want you to instantly answer their fucking questions and get irritated with you. All referrals should be made in full sight of all three parties, and it should be agreed that the referred service can do what is needed and not have to put the fucking person who needs the help through the hell of being treated like the idiot for not knowing that service doesn't do that thing that they're being referred for. So I do not accept referrals from anybody. I don't accept suggestions from people because there is no new suggestion on the face of the planet. I've fucking tried everything. And that's something that I've observed. Every time someone suggests something to me, it's like, geez, get with the program. That's like an undergraduate program, like I'm in my master's. Sorry, I'm in my doctoral thesis stage here of trying to survive in a hostile civil world. I really want to fucking punch the next person who suggests if you tried community law. I fucking believe it. I can't believe people would refuse your community law after you've had a criminal legal aid barrister. I can't believe it. It's like the same people who say you should talk to a mental health nurse after I've been under the care of a senior psychiatrist in Hamilton Hospital. It's just like, can you guys just take a moment and think about what you're suggesting? It's just so, in itself it becomes a trauma, just to be, it's just like, you are wasting the tiny amount of mental energy that I have on telling me like how to tie my shoelaces. It's so insulting and it's so offensive, and those are things that I don't feel insulted and offended very often. Not in a self-righteous sort of way, but I certainly get, I just get more and more, I feel more and more hurt, and I don't want this urge, I don't want this will to live, I don't want it. It's just ridiculous. It's just it's just a very crude, for this, where we are in evolution, evolution is not progress, it's just simply survival and reproduction, and that's what my urge to survive is. It's just so I can, it's just my body trying to keep me alive so I can have babies. I wish oh God, I'm still because had a lot of tests done before I was referred for chronic fatigue workup, which as I've said, I've half of, so I haven't even got a proper diagnosis yet because I changed DHBs in the middle of it, and then other things started happening which are a bit more important, well, urgent. But yeah, I had my sex hormones changed. Had my sex hormones tested, you know, just to sort of see if it was perimenopause, and it's not. It seems to be like puberty. So, but I do wish that once you reach this age that you're urged, you know, that survival instinct just stops and is just more responsive to your will. Like I really want to die, because it would just make me braver, because it's time to go. It's just like constant, like this is just constant, like I'm working harder than 90% of people, because I've had enough fucking jobs to know what it's like. I've worked with enough people to know what their jobs are like. I'm working like a CEO, I'm working like a law partner, and it's never ending, and it doesn't come with any money or any payoff or any recognition or any time off, you know, like I don't get to have a holiday anywhere nice. And I certainly wouldn't be just legally bullied because I'd have the money to get some justice. And I've got these problems to solve, like so many problems, like I've got the stuff that I have to get into storage and I don't know how, and I don't know if WINZ will pay for it or not, and it's so far away that, again, I was thinking, like it's 2 station wagon loads, and I was thinking initially that I would just grit my teeth and just take things there in a suitcase, you know, like do one wheelie suitcase on the bus at a time, but it's like there's a 20-minute walk along a, you know, as I've said, a road that's half industrial and half rural, and there's no footpath, you know, like there's a very big grass verge, but there's no, you know, it's not a lawn. I think I'll probably ruin my suitcase wheels, you know. I just don't know, and I don't know, like I just have so much to do, like, the crimes against me just keep piling up and up and up and up, and I mean, I've given up on the principle of some of them, but the practical matters are that I'm just like drowning. I'm drowning under legal, like I'm the victim of very, very, very serious crimes against me. Supported by and then directly committed by police. Very, very serious crimes. I'm talking about physical assault. I'm talking about attempt to avert the course of justice. I'm talking about perjury, fraud, all the rest. And basically the police have just started up what Homewood left off. Lauren and Don are still after me, and it looks like police are using them as tools to get me arrested again. I haven't got my beloved things back from Lauren, and police know this, and they know that I'm not harassing Lauren, for fuck's sake, and it's like you know, people don't understand, like, they see me still going, and it's like, well, I'm going, but, like, I'm going like a fucking, you know, half-squashed cat, you know, that's been run over on the road, that's just dragging itself along because it has to feed its kittens. Like, I'm going like that. I'm not really coping. I'm just, like, crawling along until I can't, and I would love to just collapse, But I can't, because if I collapse, then I'm going to be open to even worse suffering. And I suppose that if I do collapse, and that's just the time to die because I can't cope with anything else and no one's gonna help me. And I just... It's time for people to see what actually is happening and what's happening to me. And, like, I'm a very strong person. But this isn't strength. This is just me pretending to be big. I mean, not this, but what I show usually is the same thing that, you know, you're supposed to do if you see a bear or a, you know, a hyena or whatever it is, that you just pick up anything you can and you put it above your head and you raise your arms, like you just try to look like a formidable target. And it doesn't work because no one stops abusing me, and what it does is makes me look like the aggressor. I am just a squashed cat. I'm trying to push stop. That's not stopping this phone so far.